And we're now getting some breaking news. This is regarding the Air India plane crash. Now, US watchdog FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, and Boeing vouch fuel lock safe. The US watchdog has said that the Dreamliner fuel switch is safe. The mystery switch flip killed Air India engines. This is as per the preliminary report. And 3 seconds after takeoff, the fuel switch is cut. And that led to the biggest aviation tragedy and the biggest aviation safety mystery of all times. So the US watchdog, the Federal Aviation Administration and the Boeing have now vouched that the fuel locks are safe. In fact, the Federal Aviation Administration has said that the Dreamliner fuel switch is safe. And remember, the mystery switch flip killed the Air India engines. Just 3 seconds after the takeoff, the fuel switches were cut. And this is as per the preliminary report of the probe panel in this particular matter. My colleague Amit Bhardwaj is now joining us with more details on this. Amit, US watchdog and the Boeing has now claimed that the Dreamliner fuel switches are safe. And it was reported in the preliminary report that it was because of the fuel switches that the fuel supply was cut off to the engine that led to the tragedy.
Well, Anjali, the FAA continued airworthiness notification, the latest one rather, is pointing out that there are no problems with the fuel cutoff switches. And it is the FAA notification is saying that as far as Boeing Dreamliner fuel cutoff switches are concerned, the Swiss design does not pose unsafe conditions. And in fact, even if you go by the 2018 of airworthiness for these Boeing 737 fuel cutoff switches, where the concerns were raised with the 787, which is the Boeing Dreamliner craft, which AI-17 was. It was not mandatory, notification that was issued, rather something that was flagged by the FAA for the airline operators to be aware of. However, having said that, the entire issue remains under investigation at this point in time. What AAIB will be probing henceforth is pretty clear. The Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau will be looking at 3 particular angles to be very specific. Number one, whether there was any technical glitch with Boeing Dreamliner fuel cutoff switches, which led to this transition right after the takeoff, immediately after the takeoff. And remember, this is not one fuel cutoff switches which transition from run to cutoff, rather both of them at difference of 1 second. And in all practical senses, the second point is being ruled out that unintentionally the pilot could have actually transitioned them from run to cutoff because that's not possible the way that mechanism is developed, and hence the manual angle will be also looked into it. But the third point, which we have been continuously pointing out at India Today, is that whether some other equipment failure led to this particular situation, because even in the past we have seen that in such tragedies there are multiple factors which become the contributing factor, eventually leading to the tragedy. So all these angles will be looked into. What we can certainly say that while the AAIB has not put any blame or any instruction on either Air India or Boeing at this point in time, the investigations, till the time investigations continue, both of them will continue to be on the radar. So while these reports will keep on coming from the international, domain agencies, the AAIB will continue to, investigate the issue without being influenced with such airworthiness notifications. But certainly, these will be helpful for the experts who are dealing with the situation right now. Having said that, the NTSB, which is the US domain expert agency, is also working on this particular investigation, assisting the AAIB. And in that particular team, the accredited representative team of NTSB, the NTSB themselves have roped in the GE, which is the manufacturer of the engines of Boeing Dreamliner. Boeing itself is, has been roped in by the NTSB, so has been the FAA. So all these technical issues will be certainly brought into purview of the investigation by NTSB in front of the AIB. But till the time this investigation is not over, neither Air India nor Boeing is off the radar. Back to you.
All right, Amit, thank you so much for getting us all those details and for that context.